Intertwined podcast. I'm your host, Paris.
And I'm Will.
And this is...
You do this every time.
Yes, I know!
You go, we do this every time. Except what we're not doing every time is Paris doesn't want to wear the microphone on her phone. So she has a placebo phone as her microphone. And then she has the actual microphone just taped onto... Not taped. It's magnetic to the shirt.
Scotch tape. Okay, well, you see, the problem is that I am constantly forgetting which way the microphone's facing. And then... and then playing back our podcast, I'm super quiet and you're super loud.
Really?
Yes, because I'm talking like this.
Oh, well, hopefully you're not too
And I do that all the time.
Oh, yeah, you hold the mic away.
Yeah, I do. Okay. I'm just afraid of disturbing the peace every Wednesday morning.
That's really funny.
So... how y'all doing?
Oh, I was gonna say, you say that every time, as in like you do an intro where you're like,
yes, and then you freaking cut me off.
No, because you want to say I'm Paris and I'm Will, and this is Intertwined. Like we have an intro after the intro.
Yeah, the intro is just that I say something different every time.
But that's not even the case because you say the same thing every time.
No, I don't.
Well, I guess you don't.
Nope, I'd be like, and we're tired.
Yeah.
And we just traveled. And it's 2 a.m.
It wasn't 2 a.m.
Welcome back to the Intertwined podcast. I'm your host, Paris.
Okay, I'm Will again.
And it's
night. Okay. Had to get that in. Yeah.
So one of the reasons that let's just revisit. It's January. Start of a whole new year. And for us, at the start of the year, especially the more that my frontal lobe develops, don't forget, we're still working on that object permanence. The more that the more that my brain develops, the more I'm like, all right, it's time. Let's set some goals. Let's kind of talk about what we want to do for the whole year and then break it down.
Audio listeners are probably they just went quiet.
Okay, well, it was a dance break. Okay. So
yeah.
I just like to revisit our goals, and at the same time, typically, which we haven't done yet this year, we like to kind of review what we did in 2025 and something really big. Well, we don't review what we did in 2025 every year. Just reviewing everything that we accomplished in the last year, and a really big thing that we did last year was starting this podcast.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that was in October.
It is crazy to think that.
This is episode 10, which... I mean, besides traveling, it's been every week, which is cool.
We had a season break.
I think obviously that should be the goal is like genuinely every single week.
Low-genuinely.
The episode's posted. What?
Yeah. So,
what?
And I totally agree with you. So,
okay.
It's just been a really great thing starting yeah.
Okay.
Starting this podcast together, and it's been one of my favorite ways for us to have consistently scheduled quality time for us to spend together. And quality time as we learned last year, is something that we have to really set aside the time for.
Yeah.
Well, or so we thought. That's not actually true. Because we discovered that we can have quality time together while still doing our day-to-day tasks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like last time talking about like coexisting and just doing things separately, but in the same space. No, you said schedule a quality time, which is funny because like, yes. Have we scheduled quality time at 2 a.m. to record this? Also, yes.
So
it's
true.
It's very different. It's different quality time because we're going to have different energy levels.
Yes.
But no, it is nice for the fact that it is one, it's also kind of like a check-in too, because I'm trying to think. Last year, that's crazy, we really did just start releasing an episode every Wednesday at the end of October. And I don't think there should be any reason, because we traveled big, that would have been the most difficult thing to I guess overlap. But you want to go over like 2025 stuff besides this, or was that just an example of like something that we want to continue?
No, it's just something that we implemented into our relationship that gave us, like, if we knew that we were going to be having a busy week we know that not every Wednesday, we're not filming on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we record actually
but
6 in the
like
morning
during the
and then it's
week
posted.
when we do set that time aside for ourselves to film, especially on those busier weeks, it's cool that we have set time that we get to spend together, that we know we aren't going to be up to anything else. And you know, for other people that can look totally different, that it's probably not in the form of filming a podcast.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. But last year was big. At the start of the year, we officially integrated our lives together.
That's
fully.
crazy. That really only was in February. It's not even technically been a whole year.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Right. So we've, in our year-long review, in terms of living together, we've got a lot.
Here
that
are
we
the
could
top
talk
5
about.
pieces of advice.
What is this? Freaking watch Mojo?
Buy 2 TVs so you can both watch different ass shows.
Yeah. Whoa.
I wasn't even the one that pushed for that.
Okay.
Because I was sitting here watching
TV.
One Piece episode 483.
That's not even what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
We're not talking about spending time apart. We're talking about spending time together. Especially as a couple, as you just said, it hasn't even been a full year living together.
Yeah.
Actually. And so
the first thing that comes to the top of my mind from being in the same space, oh man, the house feels like a house now, not like an abandoned warehouse when I lived here.
Okay, because it felt a little bit like he was living in a barn.
The desk with my computer, which is now over there. The funniest part is before I moved into the apartment by myself, it was really cool because we on stream had made my whole apartment in Sims, so we could actually like architecturally lay it out, which was fun.
That was dope.
Yes.
And then Will bought a bunch of furniture. Nope.
No.
Pause. Rewind.
What?
And then Will bought 3 pieces. No.
What?
And then Will bought
again.
1 piece of furniture and put it on the other side of the room than what was designed in the Sim.
Well, yeah, because the space was smaller than I thought. But either way, Paris had a layout, which at the time I was like, oh, that's cool, but I didn't want to have my desk on I wanted it more by a window because if I'm going to, at the time I was doing freelance video editing, so I'm inside all day, so I wanted to be able to be by the window. It was also closer to the Wi-Fi and everything, so a lot easier and more convenient. But then, fun fact, the work-life balance in the same one room when you work from home is really difficult, and so having the couch like over there and then the desk here, it was hard to split. And so then when Paris moved in, she basically just came in like a construction worker and was like, let's turn this shit around. This is not, there's nothing on the walls, there's nothing on the shelves, there's nothing. And so we flipped everything around, and the funny part is it's in the exact same layout that Paris had her first rendition or first draft of, I would recommend having you set up your apartment like this, and then I just chose to ignore it.
It turns out it was not a recommendation.
I mean, yeah, you just got your way. I'm glad I got to experience it by myself though, like my way.
You know, if we got more into editing these for the video watchers, I would totally insert that meme of the 2 lawn chairs and the TV on the floor, because that's pretty much what this was.
Okay, it's not that bad. There was you can go back and see through the old YouTube videos I did. This was in the backdrop, right? There was 3 shelves, which took too long for me to install, and they were uneven and they were not good. It wasn't awful.
Hold on, no. To be clear, he moved in.
Yeah.
And bought a couch.
Yes.
And
priorities.
A TV.
Priorities.
And
somewhere to sit to watch the entertainment.
No,
priorities.
Between the entire apartment.
Yes.
It was 1 piece of furniture.
Yes. No, I bought my mattress. I bought a bed. That's technically furniture because it's I almost said an amenity. It's something no, but like priorities. I didn't grow up with a sectional or an ottoman.
Well, I did.
Okay. I had to ball out. I moved in my own space. I needed a TV and a couch.
I didn't grow up with a sectional, but then I was an older.
Yeah.
I was like 18 when my mom bought it. Okay, does that even count?
But no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad because there's literally that meme going around of that guy's room and the
And that
girlfriend's
is
like,
exactly
the
what
girl,
this
you know what I'm
looked
talking
like.
about, right?
No.
He literally said it was like my girlfriend got mad at my room. What's wrong with it? And he literally had a bed, and then he had a TV on a movable TV stand with the ugly ass thing at the end of the bed, and then he had a whole ass gym, like the setup
You know,
right
you
to the
didn't have a
left.
TV in your bedroom.
The problem is that is like bad. This was just a couch and a TV and a computer. That's all I needed. Credit, the longer I lived here alone, I was like, wow, I should
You were
hang some stuff
struggling.
on the wall because it's pretty lifeless in here.
I'll say
So that's benefit. Moving in together.
I did my big one.
What?
It's so zen in here now.
Oh yeah, definitely
But because
reorganizing
it's
the
been
couch.
our first year living together, I don't think that we really had a no, lies. We had to adapt to finding quality time together from
Like before.
before when we were living in two separate spaces. You know, every time
Yeah,
that we did something together, it's like, cool, this is us spending time together.
yeah, it was more
And
date like
after
still.
living together, we had to kind of find that space,
Mm-hmm.
especially because we both have pretty packed schedules
Mm-hmm.
of what is us spending quality time together and having that balance with finding our alone time within our relationship. And so a battle, I don't want to call it a battle because we didn't really struggle with it, but something that had come up for us last year was the roommate phase.
What do you like in regards to?
We're just two people living in the same house.
Oh yeah,
But
we
we
have
didn't,
not
yeah, we haven't had that
experienced that.
struggle. And I think that it's because we put a lot of effort into making sure that when we're able to spend time together,
Mm-hmm.
we do
Yeah.
stuff together, which is totally the opposite of what we were talking about in our last episode in terms of in terms of finding alone time within our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Every single activity, which we had briefly spoken about last week, every single activity that we do alone for alone time, we also like to do together.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
credit. Gaming was on that list. We have not I have not gamed individually. You have not either, and we have not gamed together. That I think is purely been
But
because we had a
every
vacation.
once in a
So.
while when we have time and we're in the mood, if you're in the mood to play a game, we're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's find something that we can play together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. For a while, was it last year? We would
I haven't played
actually
video games in so
no,
long.
not video games. We would actually go to the store and buy games. And then we would get through almost the entire game together
Oh
in
right,
like
yeah,
one sitting.
yeah. The easy way to just speed run ruining games. Just buy one game and then
Wow.
play the whole fucking game so you know every single card ever. I think we did that with
We did
You're
it with
Getting
a
Old,
couple
and we did
of
it
them,
with
but it was
we did a
like
couple.
it was a couple of them were like date night specific games. So it kind of
Right,
made sense where it was
right.
like
And
what's that game called? Let's Get Deep,
yeah.
where we're like sitting
And I
and
think we ended
talking.
up buying those games because we had like a friend get together, so we were gonna
Yeah.
buy a game anyway. So it was a good
Mm-hmm.
extra buy. So then yeah, we literally played like two of the whole games in one night because we haven't played games in a while. We've actually really been in grind mode,
Mm-hmm.
which will continue. It's crazy to say because the year just
You'll
started,
definitely hear about it.
but because like I mean, I'm trying to just I mean, there's so many things on my plate from a personal growth perspective, like fixing my portfolio design wise and doing YouTube videos in a different angle and doing work still, and then we're
Yeah,
doing the
from the left
podcast, and
instead
then
of the right.
yeah. So there's a lot, but planning that time out is it sucks because my take, we really haven't had like a date night planned. I guess this kind of relates back to when we had pizza in bed. I haven't thought that we've had like a date night since like February or March of last year. But that was like a fancy date
All the
where we
time that
went
we
out
spent
to.
together on the vacation didn't count.
No. Okay, no, that did.
Okay,
I'm saying,
okay, because I was like,
saying
wait,
like,
that was pretty expensive. That was a pretty expensive date. We
I'm saying
we had
like
the entire cabin on the plane to
that's
ourselves.
true.
That was a crazy date.
I'm saying like we both got dressed very fancy. I don't even want to say like a scale of 1 to 10 of being fancy. 10
No,
being I'm saying like a
completely
7.
understand what you're talking about.
I'm saying like a
Because we
7,
did
and we
used
went
to
out. We
occasionally go to like
Ubered to the place.
steakhouses
Yes.
and do stuff like that, and it's definitely
Yeah.
going to be on. It's on our list
Yeah, that's hard to
just for
do.
like Q3.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's hard to do regularly, which is
It-
fine
it
because
is-
our
it is.
dates have.
because we work interesting
Yeah, we kind of
and
work
totally opposite
shifts.
schedules always. But that's why we find so much quality time in doing our everyday things, in doing cooking, in doing our chores together. We will, if
Yeah.
we're working on the same schedule in the morning, we will make the bed together in the morning. And like, it's just small things like that where it's like, wow,
I think we both also
I
can
really love that.
rationalize, like, this is my perspective. I
Mhm.
think we can both rationalize if we do the chore at the same time, it goes twice as fast. And that's just faster. And for me, I'm like, I want it to be done faster. So like if you're doing a chore, I'm like, I
I'll
may
say
as
though,
well
yeah,
also
most chores
chip
that we
in.
do, we don't do together, but cleaning at the same time
Yeah, that's
feels
fast.
like it's together.
Or like if you go to like organize, fold clothes, whatever, prep for laundry, I'm doing dishes while that happens.
Yeah.
And then
Because we knocked out two things at once, we get more time to spend together before
yeah,
like going to sleep. Like responsible adults at a reasonable hour.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, it is crazy to like look back on the year like before living together and the amount of, I mean, I guess it's obvious, but like the amount of extra energy that had to be exerted outside of like I really had a 9 to 5 before you moved in. Yeah. Cuz you
for a
moved
whole
in.
year.
Damn. That doesn't even seem, I guess, oh, okay. I will raise my hand up. I didn't even have a car for like the first 3 months of my. No.
You had one.
What am I? I didn't have a car for
when
like.
you were still making YouTube videos. Because you made a YouTube video about
But the
getting your
car,
dream car.
I know, but I believe I started work and maybe for like a week I had to use your car. So in that scenario, you had to drive here. But I thought that happened longer than it did because I remember I would sit.
That did happen. It was at a time when I was still working from home. It was at a time when I had just started working from home, wasn't it?
No, that's 24. You're thinking 23.
No, I'm thinking 24.
I did not think you had your remote job.
I had a remote job in February.
While I was working?
I had a remote job in February.
No, because I was in college when you had the remote job.
No.
Yes, I was.
No, I got
because you called me in my dorm.
I got another remote job.
Oh, yeah.
And
you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like the like coming. The reason I say that is because like going to work and then coming back. Obviously, it is so much more convenient now because I can have a break. We can spend time together, or we can coexist if we're both tired, and then I can go back and work on a project, portfolio, whatever. But a year ago, I would have to either pay money for gas or have the energy to go either pick you up or, I mean, credit. It was my apartment, so it's not like I would have to drive and drop you off. Like I could just pick you up and you'd sleep over. But I guess it's crazy to see like that loss of time is like very substantial.
It is pretty.
Because I feel like though that is really the hardest part of when you move in together. Like that does take, and it's only been a year, which is crazy. But I feel like our shift to figure out
our adaptation.
How do we coexist? Because I was genuine. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult in the fact that you were going to not be as okay with coexisting. Because I have had older friends growing up where they couldn't coexist, and I've also been a person who's like, I can't coexist because like I want to be in productivity mode, and unless you want to be productive with me, I may as well just stay home. So I know I'm also guilty of it. But that is cool to know that you're not like, oh, we're chilling on the couch. We should watch a whole show. We should watch all season 1 of Breaking Bad because we're just
Oof.
here together.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that would take us like
exactly.
4
Oof.
days.
Season 1, I don't know. It's what, 10 episodes season, I
Dude, we
think? 10
watched like
hours
2 episodes
on the plane,
on
yeah.
a plane, and I
Traumatic.
don't even think we finished the second one.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I'll say that a lot of our success in overcoming what when like the typical window of when a roommate phase would hit
Mhm.
is credited towards our goal setting methods. And the way that we do that, cuz we set individual goals for ourselves as well as relationship goals that we have for each other, and I think nope, I don't think. I know. I know that it works really well for us because, and I'm always saying it, we have the busiest opposite schedules, the busiest opposing schedules. And so specific goal planning and really, really clear intentions set at the start of each year for what we're going to be focusing on and pouring into our relationship and having that up and keeping that at the front of our minds,
What's an
it's been
example?
so great.
What's an example? I guess like if you're
I
trying
would
to
say
hear
an
like
example
measurable
was that
goals.
measurable goals. What do you mean?
Like, well, that's what
It's
I'm
not.
saying.
You
Like
can't
goals.
measure love.
No.
Like
Well,
what?
no,
What do
like,
you mean? You want me to put freaking metrics on our relationship?
No.
No, you
Like,
goober. But I mean, at the
the
start,
amount of watch time.
at the start of he's like, all right, we clocked in 3,000 hours together this year. Like, okay, no, but I mean,
Like if
how
someone,
at the beginning of the year we're talking about, okay, we have to focus on this first for each other.
yeah,
We know that we will be in a position by this point of quarter 2 to start going on X amount of dates every month. And we're going to schedule them once every Friday or once every other Friday, or every couple of months we spend a weekend away from everything. And that's what I mean in when I'm saying that we get really specific with our goal planning. So right now, we're in quarter 1. We don't have any specific goals in terms of relationship nourishment,
yeah,
other than making sure that we stay on top of supporting each other as much as we can, because we know that quarter 1 is such a hard
yeah. It's
a
tough.
hard part of the, like, we start the year in a position, especially after coming back from this trip, where we have to be working.
Yeah,
You know, we're not really getting breaks from work, and if we are, we
yeah,
should
no.
probably go find another way to make money.
Yeah.
So quarter 1 for us is really big on just making sure that we're able to support each other, especially on those days when you're at like a 30% or I'm at a
Yeah.
10%, and those days when we can pick up and balance each other out energy wise. So that, I'll say, is like that's a broad way for quarter 1. So we don't have anything specific right now because we know that the ball is just going to be rolling and fast.
Yeah.
Now, when we get to quarter 2, then we have some more specific things that we'll be breaking down, but we're just not focused on those things right now because it's January. We're still in quarter 1. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. At the very beginning of that, you said relationship nourishment, and I've not heard you say nourishment in a long time. So I thought you were gonna say relationship nerds, and I was about to be like, oh damn.
Like you?
Yeah. um. Yeah. I in the middle. I was going to add a point to that. Definitely breaking goals down. I guess in general, because I know the New Year passed of like, oh, make resolutions, set new goals, or whatever. But like, I mean, you know this because you're the one who freaking taught me it, but like breaking down your goal by quarter is a lot clearer to communicate with someone else, because it is long enough to be, it's honestly long enough to be like, even though maybe the quarter, maybe 3/4 done, some crazy shit could just happen and your goal just totally,
it happens all the
hits.
time, which is why it's so important to
But it's measurable.
to kind of, take things down as far as you can in that sense with the 12-week year, and turning what is
Is that
a
each quarter?
goal. No, that's each quarter.
Yeah, that's what I said. Each
Oh,
quarter, 12 weeks.
Well, maybe if you put the microphone closer, I could have heard you better.
Not how it
So,
works.
yeah, so each quarter is 12 weeks, and just taking a goal that can be attained in 3 months and then turning it into something that you can do by the end of each month, and then turning that into one thing that you have to do
Yeah.
every single week is definitely really big, um, for us, for me at least, because I'm not this is my resolution and great, I've achieved it kind of a
Yeah.
person. I'm definitely a habit has to be built, so a process has to be created
Yeah.
person. Um, so having that for myself, but also having that broken down on our calendar for the things that we're working on together is really,
Also, just in
really
this is
great.
a total
It's a
side
game changer to be able
note.
to just look at it.
Yeah, total side note with like finding more time together. Now, obviously, we've been dating for almost 4 years. I genuinely don't understand couples that can't work out together, because that is like a date for us, because we're spending time together. We're doing something that's also like a challenge. It could even be gamified if we're gonna
Yeah,
like
love a little
set up like
competition.
that. Has just by us working out together, obviously that is extra time that isn't having to be after all of the stuff that we would have to do alone. Like, we can just incorporate each other into doing that, and we're actually getting healthier while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so difficult. Like, if you were just like, nah, I don't want to work out, I'd be like, what the how, this million times harder for one, me to
Mm-hmm.
work out, because obviously I like sharing experiences. So if I want to do something, a lot of the time I also want you to experience that, because I just like, I don't want to say, would you describe me as a social butterfly? I don't think I would, because I would say my dad is more of a social butterfly. I'm definitely extroverted, but
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, because I was gonna say that I like with the gym thing, but that I was just thinking of other ways that we spend time that I feel like traditionally are not, because growing up, at least for me, traditionally the couples did not work out together. You either were a fitness couple or you did not work out together.
Hmm.
It was usually the guy would go on a run at like 4 in the morning or something. The mom would do like Pilates or do yoga or something. And so it was separate. And maybe that's because that was just the dynamic of parents I only saw.
Maybe
But
because they're parents,
that's true.
they have children. Don't
Yeah,
really leave them alone.
that's true.
Don't really
Yeah,
leave them
that
by themselves in the
yeah, you
house.
can't really. Okay, well, that question got answered.
Yeah,
I did not think about
we're dinks.
that. Donk.
No, you goober, we're dinks. We have different privileges. Like having the ability to work out together
Yeah,
in a
I didn't
gym
even
that's
realize
outside
that.
of our house for now.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm trying to think, what other ways do we get quality time together that is not traditionally?
What other ways do you guys get quality time together that's not a specific date?
Because I feel like
Things
working
that are
out is up
normally in your
there.
schedule that you like to do with your partner.
Also, doing things with your partner just make things that are painful not as painful, like going to the grocery store sometimes, and I'm just like, I do not want to get
We
groceries.
get our groceries delivered.
But okay. Sometimes.
We get our
Sometimes.
groceries delivered at the top of
Sometimes.
every week.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes. It is
No,
only some. It is sometimes.
sometimes we go to the grocery store if the delivery didn't have the thing that we
Or
needed.
they messed up the delivery. Yes, okay, that's something we invested in. Do you know why? Because then we get to save that time at the grocery store. That was
And
a
we get
really
to
bad
spend it
example, and we got to
together.
spend together, which is funny because we still go to the grocery store together.
Yeah.
I can't, like in the last couple months, I think I've only been to the grocery store maybe 4 times by myself.
Okay.
I don't.
And I can tell you 2 of them were to get toilet paper.
Yeah, because it's like 2020 in this household. What the fuck?
That's
Like,
not true.
where
We bought our
shit's-
last thing of toilet paper from Costco, and we just never thought we were gonna run out, and then we did.
No, this shit had like 30 rolls. It was like, damn, we're fine. Apparently, we're fine on paper towels.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I guess I guess the thing I want to say to end today's episode was setting maybe a potential goal for this show. I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. I don't know how to gauge quarter growth,
This
let alone a
you're gonna
year
see us
growth.
every Wednesday.
Like,
you're gonna get
okay,
52
see,
Wednesdays
that
with us.
that is genius though,
How
because
great
if
is
I
that?
sit here and say, oh, our goal is to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, that is not in my control. The only thing in our control is we're going to show up every Wednesday, and that systematically should get us to 1,000. Again, I don't know what type of goal that is, because
he's linking
you
some
guys
stuff that
have
I
been
wasn't there
very
yet.
very
I'm gonna sit on my
excited
couch
to see the
and
content.
I'm gonna talk
This
to my
couch,
boyfriend, and you're gonna
gonna-
hear
yeah,
us
you're gonna
every
enjoy it.
Wednesday, and you're gonna like it.
Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and listen on Spotify and I forgot Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and rate the show, please. It helps a lot. And
let
we
me
still
know
don't
if I
have
should
an
put my
outro.
mic back on my phone.
We still. Oh yeah, I hope it's not like your audio's peaked the whole time, because that would be unfortunate. Because then I'm gonna be sound really quiet like that. But we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.